Hey, what is going on, hustle buddies? Oop, let me get this. How do I get rid of this? Hold up. What is that going on at the bottom of my screen? Let me try. There we go. Okay. All right. What is going on? Let me know in the chat that you guys can see me and hear me, and all of that is good as usual. I am really excited for tonight. We're going to do something. There's a little bit of crossover stuff. So, before we get into all of that, if this is your first night joining us here, we've been doing these all week. This is day 4, I believe. We've been doing these live sourcing sessions every single night, and these are going to continue all the way until Friday. What's happening on Friday? Well, on Friday is when our sourcing camp starts. You see there's a QR code right there. We've got a sourcing camp starting. Sourcing camp it's a virtual Amazon, I guess sort of like a conference. But it's quite different than most things out there. Usually you might go to something and like you would like take a class or get educated, whatever. This is very much hands-on sourcing from actual sellers. So we've invited now, this one is actually the biggest ever. We've got about 13 people coming, 13 camp counselors, I should say, coming to source for us. They're going to be joining us. These are people who have 6, 7, and some of them even have 8-figure Amazon businesses per year, 8 figures. And they're coming to source with us. They're going to show us how they source, where they source, the nuances, the tricks they've learned, the pitfalls that they've gone through to help us avoid those. So yeah, I'm so excited for this. I think it's really important to be able to really get the hands-on experience. I think there's a time and a place for education. There's a time and a place to learn theory. Like you can learn all the theoreticals of like, oh, here's how you could do that, or here's how you can do that. And there's a time and a place for that. But there's a difference between saying like could and can, and actually let's do that. Let's actually go to this store. Let's actually start some sourcing. Okay. So it's not just theoretical. We're actually doing sourcing. We're going to compile like a massive list of leads that we get during sourcing camp. All of that goes to you guys. You'll get to pick everyone's brain. So it's a 10-day event. Every single night we're doing these videos. It's all recorded as well, because I don't expect everyone to show up for every single session. So it's all recorded in case you're worried about that. But you get to pick our brains. You get that sort of like if you've ever been a coaching student of ours, you get that similar like one-on-one attention. If you have issues, if you have questions, post them in sourcing camp. There's going to be like 100, maybe 200, depending on how this looks. But there's going to be so many other serious, like-minded sellers who can all help you with everything. I am there. I'm an open book. However I can help, I'm going to help. The other camp counselors are there. I saw Tracy Lee Shelley in the chat over on Facebook. She's going to be there. The 7-figure Grammy over on Instagram. If you're not following her, check her out. But yeah, so I'm really excited about that. That is all happening starting on Friday. So the June 21st all the way until June 30th. We're doing every single night for 10 days straight. Okay. And leading up to that, we're doing these videos. These are the public free live videos for everybody, where I'm going to be trying to show you a different sourcing style every single night. To sort of give you a taste of what sourcing camp will be like. So if you like this, sourcing camp is going to be similar to this, but like on mega legal steroids. All right. Okay. So tonight, sweet. Yeah, you can see me and hear me. Awesome. Donna can hear me. Debbie from Jerusalem again. Welcome. It's like 2 a.m. over where she's watching from. Welcome, welcome. Christian, what's up, man? Tracy, how's it going? All right. So I am going to be showing you guys a pretty cool trick, and this has multiple uses. So I am usually coming at this from the idea of doing Amazon to Amazon flips. Amazon to Amazon flips are exactly what it sounds like. You buy it from Amazon and you flip it right back onto Amazon. This is allowed. It's within the TOS. It's legal. It's plausible. It's doable. A lot of people have very successful A-to-A businesses. So I'm going to be showing you that sort of with that framework in mind. However, and this reminded me because Tracy was here. Tracy sells a lot of stuff over on the Walmart marketplace. You can use this exact same concept to get stuff from Amazon and flip it onto Walmart when these specific sales happen. Okay, so I want to show you a really cool way that you can utilize Keepa. I'm hoping that most of you guys here are already using Keepa. It is by far the most used tool by Amazon sellers. If there's anything like, I'm the sort of person where I say, don't bother getting a bunch of different tools. There's so much of this that you can bootstrap. And there's so many like influencers out there that just kind of shill their own little tools and say, oh, this is a must have. This is a need to have. Like, you got to have this. There's not really any tool that you have to do Amazon. You need an Amazon account. I would recommend getting the professional account, but that's really it. You can absolutely build a successful business just with the Amazon account without paying for anything else. The first tool on my personal list, as far as like, this is like the closest that you'll get to need to have, it's Keepa. And I think the vast majority of successful sellers are going to agree with me. Influencers might disagree with me, but that's because Keepa doesn't really pay you any sort of like affiliate commission. You get like, it's like $3 or something. It's like literally a cup of coffee for promoting Keepa. And one time, it's not even like a reoccurring thing. So if they're promoting like SellerAmp, things like that, well, yeah, that's because SellerAmp is paying them like $20 a month forever. So of course they're going to be promoting things like that. All right. So without any further ado, let's dive into this style of A-to-A sourcing. And we had a lot of people ask about this. Sorry, we're going to go into the matrix here for a second. We had a lot of people ask about this in our Facebook group. So on Facebook, late last week, I think it was like Saturday when I posted this, I asked people what kinds of sourcing did they want to see me try to do. By far, the number one request was A-to-A sourcing, Amazon to Amazon flipping. Okay, so I'm going to show you guys something sort of within the context of that, but you can, again, utilize this for Amazon to Walmart flips as well if you are getting into that. I know that's gaining a lot of popularity. Okay, so first, we're going to go to Keepa.com. We are going to be using the Keepa Product Finder. So to get there, you go to the data tab and then Product Finder. If you guys don't have Keepa yet, by the way, and you want Keepa to buy me a coffee, just drop something in chat and I'll send you a link to Keepa. But yeah, so this is the Keepa Product Finder. Now, we are going to be looking for something to set an alert for. We're not looking for something that we can flip today. If we find something for today, great, but that's unlikely. We are looking for things where usually the price is X, let's just say $30 or whatever. And so it's usually selling for $30, but every once in a while, Amazon will pop into stock just real fast. And when Amazon comes into stock, they're way cheaper than everybody else. And they sell out immediately and then they go right back out of stock and then it bumps back up to 30, okay? That's what we're looking for. Now in Keepa Product Finder, we can specifically like laser focus in our searches to this exact type of product if you know what to type in, okay? So for sales rank, you could type something in. You could even do like no sales rank if you want to look for that. I'm going to leave this wide open for now. We might have to narrow this down later. Really, the main part that we are going to be using, the main lever that we're going to be pulling here is the buy box and Amazon price. Okay, so we're going to put a buy box of, I'm just going to say, how about $25? Like an average 90-day price of $25 up to, it doesn't, I mean, you could put this blank, you can put 200, it doesn't really matter a whole lot, okay? So I want the minimum normal buy box to be $25. Then down here, the Amazon, whenever Amazon is in stock, I want their maximum, let's say $20, okay? So the most Amazon has ever sold this for is 20, and most people are selling this for 25. In fact, that gives us, we're still at 108. My face might be covering that. And I'm sorry if it is, but we're at 108,000 results. Let's narrow this down a little bit more. Let's do like $12. All right, 10,000 products. We're almost to a manageable chunk. Let's pull a couple more levers and see what we can find. How about we scroll down here? You can actually select, let's see, where is it at? Here we go. The 90-day out of stock percentage. You could do the buy box out of stock or suppressed, or you do Amazon, okay? Let's do Amazon like a minimum of, they are out of stock, let's say 80% of the time. So they're just rarely, they're popping in and then popping right back out. We are down to 900 products. This is perfect. This is a manageable chunk. Let's check this out. Okay, and I actually added, I did this a little bit earlier. I did a little bit of pre-work because I wanted to set a few things up. This is our master sort of demo leads list. I've been adding to this every single night. We've been doing these live videos every single night all week. So if you need a link to this, let me know in the chat and I'll send you a link to this. This is completely free. I'm just sending you the leads that we are finding in real time live. So I added 2. I'll talk about these at the end, but let's try to find a couple of these live here together, okay? So we are looking at a bunch of different products. I'm going to pull some of these up on Amazon. We'll just start at the first one here. We want something that is selling. We want something where usually it's selling for a higher price. And when Amazon pops into stock, Amazon has it for a really low price, okay? So what we're going to do from there is we're going to set a Keepa alert. If it fits all of our parameters, if everything is a match, then we are going to set a Keepa alert. So let's see if we can find one here. If Keepa wants to load. Let me refresh the page. All right, while I wait for this, if you guys have any questions, if you have any issues that you're dealing with your Amazon business, I'm going to be here for the next 15 or so minutes. I am happy to help you in any way that I can, whether it's about this or not. It could be about anything, any sort of issues you have with your Amazon account. Okay, there we go. All right, interesting. Yeah, look at this. So this price is very, very, very steady. It's always selling for $45.99, like always, okay? And then there's been a couple days, I'll just do it, yeah, we'll look at a year. There've been a couple days where the price just plummets for whatever reason. So this is like $28. Right here, Amazon had it in stock for $11.15. Yeah, that's super interesting. Now there is only, let's see, Monocular Telescope for Kid. The brand is Femic. Venture Max, 100,000 bought. Interesting. It's usually I say avoid things if there's just one seller because often it's the brand. But this doesn't. Venture Max and Femic do not look the same. Let me just let me glance in here real fast. Yeah, and this is kind of like a. They don't really have anything, do they? 20 ratings. Yeah, Home Depot, Winx, and they've just got random stuff. Very interesting. So it's basically just this item that they're just selling the heck out of. That's funny. All right. I don't think that this is the brand. It might be, and then you sort of cross that bridge. Now that doesn't mean that you are not allowed to sell this. It just means that if the brand is selling on their own listing, then they might try to play dirty and try to kick you off. Okay. For me, this would be something that I would test. I probably wouldn't go crazy deep if Amazon ever came back into stock, but I would definitely buy a couple to try it out. Okay. All right. So what we're going to do from here, Amazon came into stock at $11.15. Now the price has dropped. Let's see, $28. Would we be profitable at that $28 price point? Yeah. So here's what I'm going to do. Because the price is almost always $45.99, I am going to include these in our sort of alert me if it goes to this price calculation. Now, ideally, we get it for $11.15. That would be fantastic. But even if it goes back down to the $28.11, yeah, we're still above 30% ROI, making almost $10 profit. I'm happy with that. So what we're going to do from here is we are going to click this track product button. And we are going to select 28. It's like 28, 20, I think, or less. So what this is going to tell us is as soon as the buy box, which can include Amazon, as soon as the buy box is $28.20 or less, Keepa is going to alert us by email. Okay. We don't need to include anything else. There's nothing else we need to do here. If you want to leave a memo for yourself, you can, or you want to leave a tag, you can. It's totally up to you. You honestly, you don't really need to enter in anything else there because you should recognize it when you get the alert. These alerts will go right to your email. So you can check this for a year, 2 years, 3 years, whatever you want. We're going to click start tracking on that one. All right. So there's our first, and let me get this added to our main sheet. I think I saw someone was asking for the link. Yeah, it's over on Facebook. All right, here is the link to this sheet, if that's what you needed. If you need the link to Keepa, let me know and just say Keepa, and I'll send you over a link for Keepa. So yeah, there's one, literally the first product. This one, I'll cheat a little bit in that I did some of this already, and I already checked this product. I don't think Amazon is going to go back out of stock. This looks like something they will always be in stock of. So we're going to skip this one. Let me check this. And if you guys have questions, drop them in chat. I'm going to do this for a little bit, and then I will circle back and get to all your questions. Okay, so this is the 12 pack. Something interesting too that you can do anytime, but we'll see this even more frequently with Amazon to Amazon flips, is you can do like de-bundling or de-multi-packing. So you could buy the 12 pack for cheap and then split it up into multiple 2 packs, for example, or multiple 3 packs, okay? Or multiple single packs, whatever you want. Okay, so, yes, this is perfect. And you see Amazon here, and it's happened multiple times. Look at this. So we're going to look between these dates right here, between like December 1st. So Amazon came into stock at December 16th, $14. March, $14, $14, $14. Still in March, $14. Still in April, $11. Okay. Now there's a chance that Amazon is mistakenly listing like a single pack on this. I would find that sometimes is the case, but considering the 1 pack is $4, I don't think that Amazon would accidentally list a 1 pack on the 12 pack for $11 when a single pack should be $4. That just seems unusual to me. So I think there's a decent chance that you would actually be receiving 12 of these. So let's input our price. Let's just say that we can get this for, let's see, $11.65. And this has happened multiple times. It wasn't just like a one and done error. Amazon has a pattern of jumping on for just like a day and then selling out. Probably people like me are clearing them out. All right. So yeah, that one looks fantastic. Almost 200% ROI, $20 of profit. Is it selling? Yes, it is selling. That's selling really well. I think the estimated monthly sales is going to have, it's going to be for all of the listings, not just the singular one. But yeah, I mean, it's slightly cheaper to buy 1 12 pack than 12 1 packs. So a customer, if they need a lot of these, it's reasonable to think that they could do this. Yeah, all in all, I like the look of this. There's a chance that this could be hazmat. I know this didn't alert me yet, but I mean, it's super glue. This is the kind of thing that tends to be a little hazmat-y, but even so, you can still sell hazmat stuff. It's just something else to be aware of. So yeah, let's set an alert for this as well. So I saw it for a couple different price points. We're just going to do anything below 12, maybe even $12.50. I think there was one that was like $12.20 or something. So anything below $12.50, I want to be alerted about. If you want to do a memo, you can. Let's track this for 3 years. Boom, start tracking. So there is our second one. And I will copy and paste this into our sheet. All right. Let me find maybe 1 or 2 more and then talk about some of these ones in the past. This one, it looks like Amazon is usually in stock. They haven't been in stock most of the year, but once they get back in stock, I would expect them to stay in stock. This one, let's see, 24 pack. Let me glance at this. All right. So it's on a good listing. So it should be selling pretty well. I see Amazon came in stock for 1 little second at $4. There's not a history of it, so that could have been an error. It could have been a one-time thing. You know what? We already came this far. Let's just set an alert for it. It's unlikely we would ever get a hit, but just in case we do, let's set an alert. If this ever goes below $8, let's get an email. Track this for a couple of years. Boom, done. Like, we already came that far. We might as well set an alert in case there's another one of those funky errors. All right. Ooh, this one looks promising. When I say it looks promising, it's because I'm hovering my mouse over it and I see those pink drops go way down all of a sudden, and it's happened multiple times. Okay, that's what's kind of piquing my interest here. All right, we've got the Contigo water bottles. Let's look at this Keep It chart here. Okay, it looks like, yeah, tons of reviews. It looks like this is hard to keep in stock. So you notice down here at the bottom, I'm saying that because you see it says 1 new offer count and then nothing. 1 new offer count, nothing. 1 new offer count, nothing. 1 new offer count. So this is apparently hard to find. Maybe it's like a limited time print or something and people just can't get their hands on it. So we are definitely going to set an alert for this, because if Amazon ever gets like, so what can happen here is this could be, let's just pretend this is discontinued. I don't know if it is, but let's just pretend it is. Amazon loses stuff all the time, and then they find it at a way later date. So if, I don't know, November comes and all of a sudden some warehouse worker's like, oh, hey, what's this box full of these Contigo things? Oh, we should list these. We meant to do this a year ago. They could list this come like November or something at this historical price, at the $11.49. So if we can get this for $11.49, obviously today selling for $40, yeah, you're going to make some good money. I would say let's price point this at, say, like this 33. Now, the reason this says 33.98 and this says 40 is Keepa does a really terrible job with FBM listings. So most likely, like, Keepa thinks that this is priced at $35 right now. Most likely it's $35 plus whatever shipping is. You can see the, so $35 plus $5 of shipping. Keepa does a really bad job of picking up on that. The buy box is suppressed. That's not a big deal. It'll still sell if people really want it. But yeah, so we would make a lot of money there. Let's price it, like, let's just say you have to do like 35, lower your price a little bit. We are still plenty profitable. So let's set an alert up for this. It is $11.49. I'm going to give it just a little bit of extra room on top of that. So let's do $12 or less. And so we're thinking of this in the context of Amazon to Amazon flips. Like, as soon as it's below 12, I can buy all the ones that I possibly can from Amazon and then immediately relist them right back onto Amazon. You could do the same exact thing to Walmart if you're a Walmart flipper or thinking about becoming a Walmart flipper. Okay. So start tracking, boom, done. Like, this is, once we know what levers to pull inside of Keepa, this becomes so incredibly fast and easy. So this would be a great task if you are, so if you're an Amazon seller, every Amazon seller will run into this, where you found so many good deals in a given week that you have run out of budget. You've spent your whole sourcing budget and you don't know what to do with your time now that is a good use of your time. This is one of those activities. If you have spent your whole budget and you are like, okay, well, I'm just twiddling my thumbs. I don't know what to do to grow my business if I can't keep buying stuff. This is what you can do. We are filling our pipeline full of these A-to-A flips. You could, like, do this a couple times a week, maybe in the morning, maybe you're sitting in bed, and you can do this. Like, you can look at these Keepa charts and everything on your phone. Like, you can do this on the, not on the road, but like at a break at work, or if someone else is driving, do it in the car. This is very mobile. It's very simple to just kind of pick up, add a couple things, move on. Pick up, add a couple things, move on. Okay. Keep adding to your pipeline like this. We get emails constantly from Keepa for these Amazon to Amazon flips. So add this to your repertoire as far as sourcing styles. There is two more that I found earlier today, because I wanted to just give you guys a couple extra bonuses. So we found this one, similar method. I was just pulling some different levers, like the buy box is X and Amazon's price is like X minus 50% or whatever. All right, so we've got this. And yeah, we see here, Amazon came into stock at $6.65. Usually it's selling for $30, okay? So if you can buy this for $6.65, great. Add it to your Keepa alerts. Okay, so that's everything below this black line. Add these to your Keepa alerts. Okay, and then this Jorgens one. So the 4-pack of Jorgens we've got right here. I did want to mention something over here. I'll give it just a second. Melissa, yes, give me just a second, and I'll go back over that. All right, so we see here. You see this nice blue line that's relatively flat. It's usually about $19.99. Sometimes it's even up to $29.99. But consistently, boom, there's Amazon, $9. Boom, there's Amazon, $9. Boom, there's Amazon, $9. Boom, there's Amazon, $9. This is consistently happening about twice a month, 3 times a month. Okay, so really great stuff. So add this one to your tracking. I mean, I'm already tracking it, I believe, but let's do $10 or less and notify me for the next 3 years. Boom, start tracking. Maybe I wasn't tracking that. I might have forgotten to input that. All right, so we are good to go there. Now, I want to point out something here that, again, a lot of new sellers misunderstand. If you are using, so personally, my on-screen calculator that I like the best This is called ASIN-Zen. I like this better than RevSeller. I like it better than SellerAmp. This is my preferred on-screen calculator. They are all very similar. Like when I say preferred, it's like, okay, do you want like a chocolate covered pretzel or a chocolate covered peanut? Like they're very similar. Okay. My preferred one is ASIN-Zen. So that's what I'm looking at here. It has this IP alert built in, as do all of the other programs. They all have this IP alert. You might see something like this, where it's like, oh, there's an alert here that this is high risk for IP alerts. There's a lot of new sellers who are just going to pass that. They're not even going to think about what that means or why that's there. They're just going to pass on because they think this means they're not allowed to sell it. It does not mean they're not allowed to sell it. It means that whether it's ASIN-Zen or IP alert, whatever you're using, it means that they have received reports from people about something. It's not necessarily a intellectual property complaint or a lawsuit, anything like that. In fact, so this says a cease and desist letter. I'm going to argue that this is not a cease and desist letter. A cease and desist letter is a very specific legal thing. Cease and desist letters do not come from I always call this voyeurs. Maybe it's vories. I think voyeurs is much easier to say. Vories is just like they're a legal firm, but they're just there to bully sellers. They will just send you nasty letters in the mail. You can throw Vories letters straight into the bonfire. Like this is kindling for your fireplace. These are completely worthless. So the fact that I see like, see this in a letter, it's like, oh, well, maybe that's serious. And then I see Vories and it's like, oh, okay, this is not serious. They don't really care. Also, nothing has happened since January of 23. The other green light, so sometimes there's like red flags or red lights that you'll see. The other green flag or green light that I see is there's plenty of sellers on this. If they were fighting dirty, if they were sending out IP complaints to everybody, there would not be 13 new offer counts. There would be 1 or 0 new offer counts, and you would see this massive drop off. They're just like, okay, maybe right here there might have been some IP things that happened because this is kind of like a sharp cliff. It went from 8 sellers down to 2, but even then, like that's only 6 sellers. When you think about it in the sense of like, okay, maybe 6 sellers just sold out of their inventory. That's completely possible. So yeah, I'm not worried about this at all. I've sold this brand many times. There's a lot of things that will show up on IP alerts that I've sold many times. It's something, this doesn't mean that you can't sell it. It means double check. Like this is like caution, check for oncoming traffic. It's not a red light. It's like a blinking yellow. Like check, are there other signs that you see that are bad or other signs that you see that are good? So I checked, we slowed down, we checked everything. Okay, none of these signs are bad. Sell away. All right, not a big deal. They shouldn't fight too dirty. All right, so that's going to be it for sourcing. Let me dive into some questions. Let me see here. Stop sharing so we can see that. Okay, perfect. All right, we've got YouTube over here, Instagram over here, and Facebook over here. I saw Melissa on Facebook ask, can you go over the filter settings again real quick? I just joined. Yes, let me show you that. Share my screen again. We're going to enter the matrix. We're taking the blue pill. All right. So my sourcing settings, and here's a pro tip. If you're ever on this screen and you're trying to go back to your settings, don't click the back button. It'll erase all of your work. Click this advanced filters button. That will take you back to the previous page without deleting anything. So this is my search settings. In fact, look at this. I can copy and paste my search. Boom. There you go, Melissa. Basically, I want the buy box for this example. And like, don't take this as a hard and fast rule. I'm just giving you the starting point of this is the concept. Fiddle around with this, okay? For this one, I did a buy box of $25 on average for the past 90 days, but Amazon having a maximum price of $12 for the past 90 days. So I did that. Plus, I came down here to the, where are we at? There we go. The 90-day out of stock. Amazon being out of stock at least 80% of the time. So that's just for this specific example. We're trying to find things where Amazon jumps in really low, lower than the buy box, and they go out of stock really fast. So those are the 3 levers that we pulled for this. Really simple, not complicated. Anyone can fiddle around with this. All right. Excellent. I'm glad you asked that because, yeah, people are joining late here. Okay, over on Instagram, Kate asks, do you avoid any categories because of high returns and restock fees for FBA? I don't personally. There's some people who like avoid clothing or avoid shoes. Those are my biggest categories though. I think you kind of learn the different nuances for the different categories. I guess like I tend to avoid like the scientific industrial stuff. Just it's the listings get a little bit funky and they tend to sell slower. But I know people who sell the heck out of it. Like I'm not saying it's wrong. It's just for me personally, I don't really know the nuances of it to do it. Yeah, I'll sell things like clothing and shoes all day. And actually, Kate, the interesting thing specific to clothing and shoes that you'll see. Let's say you sell 100 shoes. Now, our return rate for shoes is roughly 13%. That sounds astronomical. That sounds horrible. It's like, oh my gosh, you mean like 13% of your sales are refunded and you have to pay all of that fee? And it was like, well, sort of. So if a customer refunds, yes, you are out some of the fulfillment fees because Amazon did pack, prep, and ship it and send it to the customer. You don't get those fees back. You do get your item back and some of the fees, but not all of the fees. However, you are not out the entire cost of that product. So yes, we have about a 13% return rate on shoes, but so I'll use a 100 shoe analogy. We sell 100 shoes, 13 of them get sent back to Amazon. Of those 13, Amazon is going to receive them. They're going to deem about 6 or 7 of them are completely fine. They are still in new condition. Amazon won't even send them back to me. They're just going to relist it and put it right back into my inventory, and then I can sell it again. Okay? So yeah, 13%, but then of that 13, half of them are just getting relisted anyways. So I'm still going to get some profit from that. Okay? Of the 6 that they're like, oh, this is no longer new, we're going to send it back to the original seller. I'm going to get those 6. And specific to shoes, probably like 1 or 2 of them is going to have like a broken box. 1 or 2 of them are going to be obviously like worn. Maybe one is like a switcheroo, like someone bought this Nike shoe and then returned like flip-flops or something. But there's usually 3 or 4 of those 6 that we got back that are just fine. Like we can just put, we're Team Rubber Band. If you guys are curious, if you guys sell shoes, you'll know what I'm talking about. There's Team Tape the Box Shut, Team Polybag the Box Shut, and Team Rubber Band the Box Shut. I am Team Rubber Band the Box Shut for a couple reasons. Yeah, I'm Team Rubber Band. So if I get it back, I'm just going to put a new rubber band on it, send it right back to Amazon. So again, we're using this 100 shoe example. There's usually only 2 or 3 that are actually unsellable at the end of the day. So it's like, yeah, we do get some returns, but we still make our money. I do tend to look for higher margins with shoes. So like with most things, I'm pretty like if it's 30% ROI, yeah, that's fine. Even a little bit lower if it's like a replay or something, I'm good with that. $3 or $4 profit, yeah, I'm good with that. With shoes, I want a little bit more because you need a little bit of extra buffer space to account for those returns, to account for the fees that you're going to be missing out on. As long as you're accounting for that, you can make a lot of money with clothing and shoes. All right. Excellent question, Kate. All right. Let me pop over to Amazon. All right. Let's see. I think I got that. This is a really great set of filters. Thank you. Can you go over the filter? Yes. Did that. Great. Thank you. So Amazon will relist a return product for you. Yes, there is a setting in your account so you can select like, do you want to allow Amazon to do that, or do you want them to ship back every single unit? I allow them to check it for me. I feel like it saves us money. I think there's arguments on both sides. I can't tell you exactly what the correct answer is. I'm just telling you what we do, what I feel like works best for us. All right. Excellent question, Jessica, over on Facebook. All right, now over to YouTube. What is the OOS percentage? I missed that. The out of stock percentage. So it's the how much like 80% OOS means 80% of the time that Keepa has recorded this, Amazon has not been in stock. So specific to what we were looking for, we selected that filter. That's not like a filter that you always need to select. It's just what type of thing were we looking for? We're looking for these things where Amazon is sometimes there and they're crazy cheap. And because that's what we were looking for, we pulled that lever. All right. All right. I have noticed sometimes when I am sourcing items that Seller Amp will show the listing as suppressed. At that point, you should just walk away, right? No, no, not at all. Suppressed buy box means, let me see if we have, yeah. So let me show you this here, Ed. All right. We're going to go into the matrix. So this Jergens one, this has a suppressed buy box. What does this mean? This means as a customer, there is no button that I can click that says buy it now. You'll notice, let me see if one of these, you'll notice on this listing, as a customer, I can click buy this now. This listing does not have that button. In order to purchase it, I have to do one extra step. I have to click see all buying offers, and then I can add it to my cart, okay? It's just one extra step. If a customer wants this product, they are going to buy this product. So the lack of a buy it now button, yes, it does make it more difficult, and that friction will reduce the number of sales, but it does not eliminate the number of sales. I know that this is still selling. I know that people are still buying soap, okay? This has the sales rank of this is phenomenal. We could look at different variations if we really want to like get nitpicky with it, but it's selling, guys. Look, 50 plus have sold in the last 30 days. So, and we know this with like 100% certainty. 50 plus, and it has a suppressed buy box. So should you ignore things if it says it's suppressed? No, you don't ever have to do that. Yes, it is. It is the Nate from Hustle Buddies, Mr. Lee. All right. Let's see. Should we be tracking buy box or Amazon price, or does it matter? I mean, I kind of talked about what we were doing in our example. Like you're looking at both of those things. We were looking for something where the Amazon price is super low and the normal buy box is pretty high. So for our example, we're looking at both of those things. On a normal item, I mean, I guess it kind of depends on the item, but usually those are going to be one and the same thing. It's rare that the Amazon price is not the buy box price. Let's see. Lee, have been out of the game for a while. Is AI helping or hurting? It hasn't really affected a whole lot in the Amazon space yet. There's just too many nuances. I'm sure that in the next maybe like 5 years with some more fine tuning, maybe, but there's some uses for AI. So for example, we have a friend who's one of the mods in Hustle Buddy. His name's Cody Keppel. He's built out tons of different tools for his lead list. So he wanted to see like, okay, he's got hundreds of thousands of old leads from old lead lists. He wants to be able to just update all of those. Like one click of the button, let me see what the current price of every single product from every lead list I've ever purchased from is. He's like, well, how do I do that? Well, I can pull that data from the Keepa API. So with ChatGPT, he programmed. Now I'm saying that this is simple. This took him months, and it was like his passion project for a while. He loved it, but he was able to use ChatGPT to create code for Google Sheets as well as Airtables to consolidate these lead lists and then to update all of the pricing. Like it's super cool what he's done with it, and he is actually coming. He's going to be talking about that tool during Sourcing Camp. So if you guys are interested in that, come to Sourcing Camp. It's going to be great. It's this Friday. Thanks for all the knowledge you share here. This is fire question. How often do you live stream? So for these live streams, literally every single night, starting at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So 40 minutes ago. I started this 40 minutes ago. We're doing this every night all the way until Friday, because on Friday, we're basically doing this to sort of like kick off our big Sourcing Camp. Sourcing Camp is a really big event. We've got a QR code right there. Or I can send you a link if you can't scan. If you're like watching from your phone and you can't scan the QR code, let me know in the chat and I'll send you a link. But Sourcing Camp is going to be this on steroids. It's going to be about 30 hours. There's 13 different successful Amazon sellers. We might be actually up to 13 or 14 or maybe 15. There was a couple maybes that I left off it, but they're leaning towards coming now, which I'm really excited about. So 13 confirmed camp counselors, successful sellers, who are going to be coming in and doing this. They're sourcing live. Like it's not talking about like the theoretical or anything like that. Like let's actually source. Let's actually find you guys some products, talk about what we're doing, why we're doing it, how we're doing it, where we're doing it, all of that. And you guys can pick their brains. You can ask us questions. If you have issues, talk that. It's all like-minded sellers. You can network together. I mean, I'm so excited. These events are killer. And this one is about 3 times larger than any of the past ones that we've done. In fact, it's grown so much. We've added, so Chris Grant and our friend Saul they call it the A to A Flips Challenge. All about Amazon to Amazon flipping. It's sort of like the OA challenge. If you've taken the OA challenge, but this was all about Amazon to Amazon. So the A to A Flips Challenge. We have combined that. So if you sign up for Sourcing Camp before Friday, you will get the A to A Flips Challenge by Chris Grant and Saul completely for free. Like it comes with your ticket. So if you're interested in that, you get both for the same price as buying just the one. All right, you get it completely for free. Team Rubber Band, blame it on the warehouse. Yeah, I'm Team Rubber Band because polybags, the customer will open the polybag and they can't reclose it. So if they send it back, they're sending it back in nothing. If you tape it shut, the customer will take the tape off and the tape rips the box a little bit and now your box is ripped. So I'm Team Rubber Band because it allows customers to easily return the product in new condition. Take it out, shoe doesn't fit, close the box, put the same rubber band back on, send it back in. And it's exactly how I sent it. So that's why I am Team Rubber Band. Lee, sounds super useful. I agree. Here, let me actually, I'll post a link here in chat in case you guys can't scan this QR code. Let me post a link here to Sourcing Camp. So here's the link over on YouTube. Here's the link over on Instagram. And here's the link over on Facebook. All right. Any other questions? I think I got everything over here on YouTube. I don't see anything new on Instagram. A couple new things here on Facebook. Hang on a second. Jameson, I found a prep center that will accept your returns and list them on eBay for you. I joined my basement being full of returns. Yeah. Your thoughts on this practice? Yeah, I think that's a great idea. There are some prep centers that will do that. There's also some like returns companies. I talked about these yesterday and I forgot. I got busy today. There are some returns companies that will do that as well. But no, I think that's a great idea. You might get a little bit more money if you did it yourself, but you're making zero money if they're sitting in your basement. Yeah, so if you're just creating a death pile somewhere in your garage or in your basement, that's useless. You might as well pay someone some money to take care of all of that for you. So I'm 100% on board with that. Yeah, I like that a lot. All right, I don't see any other questions. So we are going to be coming back. We'll be doing another one of these videos tomorrow night, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So it's this time minus 43 minutes in whatever time zone you're at. So I'll be coming back tomorrow night. We're going to do a different sourcing style. I'm going to show you that again. Again, if you're interested in Sourcing Camp, you have until Thursday night at midnight to sign up. That's when doors close because I got to get everybody in to actually start the camp. Okay. So yeah. Got to get in before then. It is all recorded. How will this work for me? Yeah. So someone said they're on the West Coast. The whole Sourcing Camp, we do it live, but we record the sessions. So I'm not expecting everyone to show up to every single session. That's just impossible. So we record them all and you'll get all of the recordings as well. So you can either watch it for the first time or rewatch it. We've had some people that's like, oh yeah, I've watched this video like 4 times. And every time it's like, oh, there's this crazy other thing that I forgot to do. How often do you stream also? What is your Instagram? So you can find us on Instagram at Hustle Buddies. It's like hustle_buddies. Normally I try to live stream about once a week under normal circumstances. For the next 7 days, it's every single day, every night at 8 o'clock. But I try to stream about once per week, and I try to release a video about once per week. We get busy though, because I've got a business to run. I'm a foster and adoptive dad. We've got kids. We've got our Amazon. Like, there's a lot of stuff going on. I try to stream once a week and I try to release a video once per week. Sometimes I get a little bit behind. Feel free to nag me. I got to get better about it. I'm trying to do good this year. But yeah. So roaming, how will it work for you? You can still come. So I think most of our sessions will start at about 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time and go till 9 or 10 Eastern Standard Time. So that's going to be like, I think noon for you. Noon to 6 o'clock roughly is going to be sort of the time frame. But again, it's all recorded. So if you can't make all the live one, that's fine. And it's we house it inside of a Facebook group. So you can comment, you can post, you can ask questions. Like, you can still interact with us and have your questions answered, even if you can't show up to the live sessions. All right. What time is each session? It depends a little bit because there's so many breakout sessions. But yeah, usually they start at about 4 or 5 p.m. On the weekend. So Friday, Saturday, Sunday, it's going to be like 4 or 5 p.m. On the weekdays, probably be starting a little bit later, around 7, so I can like help get dinner and get kids down and all that stuff. And then we'll go until we're done. So usually about 10 o'clock is when we finish up. All right. I think that's all my questions. Guys, thank you so much for coming out. This is our biggest turnout yet. We're sort of like building steam. The more we do these, the more it grows. So I'll see you guys back here tomorrow at 8 o'clock. If there is a specific sourcing style that you want to see me do, on whichever platform you are watching this on, go to the very last thing that I posted, the most recent post, like if it's YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, whatever, go to the most recent thing and tell me what you want to see me source. Just put a comment. It doesn't have to have anything to do with my video or post or anything like that. Just put a comment over the most recent thing that I posted, and I will see that, and I will be able to either respond to it or do that in the next couple days. All right? Okay.